What's up, guys? It's Army 2 Willis, and this is another video on school that I wanted to pop and show you guys. I originally was just gonna do one a month, talking about the classes because there wasn't really much to talk about in those first three, but in this one, I feel there's a lot to really express and show you guys to kind of help you prepare for when you take this class. So what I want to talk to you guys about is the first assignment you guys are going to have in this class is 1.1, and it's called your plan of attack. And what I'm going to show you here is my plan of attack. So you're going to have to make, you've done something like this when you took the psychology of play, where you had to make a schedule. The difference is, unlike the psychology of play, there's a format in how they want you to do it, which is what you see here. And let me enlarge it so you guys can see it better, and I'm gonna go over this so you guys get an idea. So, as you see here, you're gonna put, your email, your name, your class, blah blah blah, whatever you're doing. You're gonna put down what is your main PC you're using. Then you're gonna put down where you're getting your internet from, what your backup PC you're gonna use is for doing your assignments in class, and what your backup internet source is. Then over here, what they want is how much time do you have to use those things. So like, if you live with your parents still, or it's some kind of community thing, how much time could you actually have to utilize the internet? And the whole point of them doing this is not to like what's the word? Not to micromanage you, but for you to be able to see on a schedule to better manage your own time. So if you know you have to go to the library to do the work, you know when you look at this, oh man, I can only use 2 hours of the internet time or 2 hours of the time on their PCs at the library at a time. So I need to really allocate my time to make best use of that. Or I need to allow myself enough time to go from one library to the next library, or whatever you have to do. Or if you have a phone and you could tether, how much of that can you actually use? Do you have unlimited data? If you don't have unlimited data, how much of that could you use before you use up your data? Excuse me. These are all things that you have to keep in mind. Now, I'm gonna show you. I got 100 on this, and I'll show you guys just so you can see. I got 100 on it. So the advice I'm giving you is the best advice I have for this assignment in particular. So as you see, your weeks start on Sunday here, Sunday, and they go all the way through. And they want a general census of what all you're doing. So as you see here, and they want you to include your assignments. So you see week one overview, groceries, Thanksgiving, uh, look over assignment one, but I'm not going to actually start it. Maybe even start it on that day. And then here, you see I start assignment one, take care of some last minute shopping, and then take some me time to play some Magic the Gathering arena, and then spend some time with my family on Monday. And then, com- complete assignment 1.1. So I'm just powering through assignment 1.1 on Tuesday, completing customer orders for my business that I run, and then I'm going to look over 1.2. But I'm not going to complete it on that day because I'm giving myself enough time instead of saying, oh, I can complete it all in one day. Even if it takes me 5 or 10 minutes, I'm allowing myself enough time to really read over the rules, give myself time in between the assignment, in between uh, looking at the assignment, starting on the assignment, coming back to the assignment, leaving after I've come back and done some things, come back to it a third or fourth time to get fresh eyes on it. That's something you guys heard me say in a previous video, because you want to make sure you give yourself fresh eyes. And you want to make sure you space out enough time on assignments that you don't feel, oh, I didn't plan out my whole rest of the week and all my assignments were supposed to happen in those 2 days and something comes up and now you can't finish that assignment in one day because that was your day to do it. And now you got two assignments due on a single day. Like if I got in a car crash on Sunday and I'm in the hospital on Monday and I get out on Tuesday, now I got everything that I was going to do on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's all going to crunch in that same day. And you don't want that. So you want to space it out as much as you possibly can to give yourself the best benefit. Because if all of these assignments, if I pushed them all into one day, it'd be a lot. Another thing, 5 to 6 sentences on responses. I see it so many times in my classes where people respond, but they don't put the 5 to 6 sentences that are asked of us. 5 to 6 sentences. So even if you're responding to somebody else, 5 to 6 sentences. Try to go above and beyond whatever they ask you to do. So even you see here, they're going to have you write a paragraph pretty much summarizing everything that you wrote, and it's 5 to 6 sentences. So pretty much all of this summarized here in what you wrote. I'll give you guys so this paragraph is like a summarize of your entire weeks, but it's not just that. So it's going to summarize your week. You're going to provide a picture. So you're going to have to print this out, hang it up somewhere on a wall, on your fridge, wherever. Take a picture of it. And so you're going to have to take a picture of this whole thing when it's done, hang it up on a wall. Then when you come back to the paragraph, not only do you need to summarize what it's already saying in each week, but you need to also explain how you're going to use this to help you reach your goals that you set on the chart. And that's something that you have to have in here too. And then every assignment needs to be in PDF form. You guys are going to see that back in your month 3 class. In month 3 class, they're going to tell you PDF. So from this point forward, I highly advise you guys convert anything you do into PDF form and make sure it doesn't violate any of the standards. So if you did it in Word and you know it's something that's got the weird transfer, just do it on Google Docs or just do it at the flowchart or draw.io. There's all the different sites. Use the ones that are most compatible with each other. Everybody has Word, so I use Word, but I'll convert it. And then there's another big thing. Use Grammarly. Grammarly is there. You can use it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it saves you because punctuation is a big thing. You could lose a lot of points in this class simply from having poor punctuation. And I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that. So right here, we're gonna enlarge it, and I'm gonna go down. So it's showing you like how you want to set up your weeks and whatnot. And then there's an example of like them doing it in Excel. But what I want to show you here is right here. If you want to get maximum points, this is 70% of the grade right here. 70 points out of 100. All information all information requested was submitted correctly within the form. Within the form. Verifiable backup plan. Email signature filled in. Yeah, if you don't put your email signature, that can hurt you. Real life tasks and events filled in realistically. Time estimation filled in fully. So let's go back to that for a second. Your time estimation. If you didn't fill it in, that hurts you. That hurts you in this class. Simply ignoring this part, because you're like, I don't know how long it's actually going to take me because I didn't do it yet. You're estimating. How long do you think it's going to take? If you didn't fill that in, it hurts you. As you see, I didn't fill in these last 2 blocks because assignment professionalism, I already estimated that into each one. But to be safe, because your teacher might grade it differently, fill it in if you feel like you need to fill it in. But I don't, there's nothing that popped up in my class that said any of those were individual tasks, so I didn't fill it in myself. But it's going to seem like it's repeating week after week because, the assignments that you have to do. Include your community post and really engage yourself to communicate with the other students in your class. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important. Because if you're not communicating, This whole class is about networking and building relationships with people in the industry, with people you're going to school with, because it don't matter what you're taking. If you're going to this school, everybody is going to be working together. Everything's team based. You're doing game design, you're doing a Pixar movie animation, whatever it is you're doing, it requires a team of people. It's not just going to be a bunch of game designers sitting around and maybe a few artists. No, you're going to have people that are there for networking, programming, design, artists, graphic design, etc. It goes on. And you all need each other. The audio files, all of it. You all need each other because it takes a whole team of people to make a game. And they use game a lot because games are probably the biggest teams of people, but movies are huge teams of people. You see the credits in the movie theaters. You know there's tons of people that are all involved in making that movie possible. So really get out there to try to network with, excuse me, really get out there to try to network with your classmates. Uh, I would tell you, because I started doing this before I even got to this class, start networking with your classmates the minute you start school at Full Sail. If you're just now seeing this video and you already started, it's not too late. Start networking now, because when you get to that final assignment where you got that 4 or 5 months and it's a whole team of you guys and you guys got just that amount of time to build a game, if you're in for game design, that's not a lot of time. There's not a lot of time to be trying to network with people then or to look at your classmates, because from what I hear from the people, from my buddies that starts his game development process at the end of this month. So he has to do it he starts over his winter break, which kind of sucks for him. But that's too late to be trying to network and come up with, because you only got a certain amount of time to make a playable game of a certain quality. And it's not going to be a pointing finger thing like, oh, it's on you, it's on him. You can cause the whole team to fail. And that's the last thing anybody wants. So get in there, network, get outside your comfort shell. It's not comfortable for me. It's not even comfortable for me to talk to you guys, but I made it my thing to help myself break my comfort by talking to you guys and revealing what's going on with my school to you guys so that it can help you guys if you decide to go to this school. But on another note, it is also helping me become a better communicator. So through talking to you guys and explaining what's going on to you guys, I'm gaining more confidence and better communication skills, which will help me tackle my networking better to network to the other people out there. So that's the thing. Um, the plan of attack is definitely something I wanted to show you guys. Uh, Industry websites. So on the industry websites assignment, I got a 90 instead of a 100. And the reason I lost 10 points is they really want you to make it your own. And what I mean by make it your own, they don't want you to, I'll probably show you guys what I did. So, they don't want you to just do this. This is boring. This is boring. I'm showing, I'm saying the words, my words are my own, but how I turned it in, this is not 100 quality. So if you want a 100, you need to, nothing I said or anything was wrong. What's wrong is it's boring. It's a standard piece of paper. They want you to mix it up, really make it different. So have some unique, throw some pictures in there and have the format changed over so that your paragraph's on this side with a picture on this side, or, just change it up, make it different, make it unique, really make it your own instead of just making it a boring assignment that you're turning in. And that goes to the creativity side of what you're doing as much as it does really your drawing power, how well you're going to draw in those employers that you want to hire you, or those investors you want to invest in your company, if that's what you're going to do when you get out, or whatever it is that you may be. You need to really sell what you're doing to those around you. So if I turn this in, some people might read it because it's interesting and it has information for you, but as a whole, it doesn't have an eye-popping appeal like the next assignment I'm going to show you guys. Because I took the feedback he told me, and I told you guys that I do this. So whenever I get feedback from a teacher, I apply it into the next assignment. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So I turned in my industry terms. I really think I could have did more with this, but I wanted to use my own pictures so I didn't have to source it. But I did my industry terms. See how I changed the format? I make it more eye popping and appealing. Like immediately you see the red words and you're like, okay, that says something. And then all the red words and pictures capture your attention and you want to read it and see what's going on from page to page. And then there's pictures popping up to show exactly what it is that I'm doing and saying and et cetera, et cetera. I could have added another picture. I probably should have added in like 2 or 3 more pictures so that every page has a picture, but I did what I could do to really sell it and make it my own in that assignment. And I haven't got a grade from that assignment yet, even though we're like at the end of week 3. But when I do the next video on this class as a whole, uh, when I get to towards the end of the middle to end of week 4, which will be like 5 days from now, 5 6 days from now, um, I'll go back and I'll go over each and every assignment in the class and give you guys an idea of what I got and et cetera, et cetera, so you guys have a gauge idea of how much you need to do in order to get what in the class. But you really got to sell some of these assignments as your own. You got to go above and beyond. Don't, if the assignment says write 4 responses, don't write that was a good response. That's not going to get you a good grade. That one sentence response is not going to get you a good grade. 5 to 6 sentences. Remember that. Don't just do 4 responses. Respond to 5, 6, 7 people, because going above and beyond is how you really get the most points out of these classes. And if you're just writing, hey, uh, I liked your post, that's not engaging. You guys, when you get to your second class, the psychology of play, or even before that, when you're taking your first class, which is creative presentation, they explain the RISE model to you. So that's 2 classes back to back. You guys get an explanation of the RISE model. Use that. Respond to them. Engage them. Ask questions. Comment about it. Make suggestions to them on everything you do. You want to have all of those things, because all of those things are how you're going to maximize your points. You might get the 50 points, 100 on the assignment itself for what you turned in if you did all the criteria, but then on the other end, you might only get, let's say, a 72 on the whole assignment because you only got 50% for the responses. So that's a 10% of your grade, and you didn't even get maximum points. And if you mess up something else that you mess up in a class, that'll really hurt you. So I'm really saying push, 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 push yourself to get the maximum, to do the maximum, so that if you go here, you're not wasting your time or your money, because this school is all about what you put into it. What you're putting into class, what you're putting into the assignments is what you're getting out of it. If you're just rushing it to get it done and be on to the next thing, these classes are only a month long, so there are people that do that, but when it comes time to leave this school, most of those people are not going to graduate. But the ones that do graduate with that kind of mindset are going to be the same people that say, Full Sail sucked, I couldn't get a job because I don't really understand what it is that I was sent there to learn, because we all know learning takes practice. If you have muscle memory, it takes 10 repetitions of something before your body starts to memorize it through muscle memory. Our brain's another muscle, so repetitions. Keep doing it. Keep messing with it. Play with the assignment for a long period of time so you can really grasp what it is they're trying to do. When I initially read over a lot of this stuff, I was just like, oh man, this stuff is stupid. Like, there's a lot of writing and stuff in the class. But as I'm engaging the assignments and taking my time to do them out, I realize how much more helpful all of what they have you do really is if you really put your all into it. I'm the kind of person where, and I'm telling you guys, like I told you, I'm kind of old, but I'm the kind of person that's telling you, you don't want to have regrets later in life. So if you put 110% of what you have into this school from start to finish, regardless if it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, or if it turned out better than what you wanted to, when you look back on this, you'll be able to say, I did my best, and you will have no regrets because you did your best. You knew you put the best effort you had into it, and in all honesty, if you put your best effort into this school, your best effort will translate into success for you because you will make it through each part of what you need to do. So put your best effort into it. In all honesty, just push to do the best you can. Uh, Remember when I told you guys in the earlier video about the previous classes, if you watched the 2 months in video, how the reflection video is not part of your grade? Well, surprise, in this class, the reflection video actually becomes 12% of your grade by itself. And then you have to do a professional spotlight, which is another 11% of your grade. So unless you got all 100s and you like, I'm just going to skip those two pieces, that'll bring you to a B. All of this together. Just skipping those two pieces will bring you to B. Half in them could bring you down to a 90 or even less because if it's a toss-up, unlike the previous classes where I felt confident in the grades I was getting, because of how much originality and uniqueness they expect in this class, it's a toss-up. I don't even know what I'm going to get. So far, I'm at, with only week one graded and the course essentials, which that's another thing I have to tell you guys. When you have your course essentials where the teacher gives you your syllabus and whatnot, not doing that will hurt you because that course essentials combined, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So we moved it over here. This course essentials, as you see I open it, just by doing this, that's 2% of your grade. Just by doing the professionalism where you get your syllabus from your teacher, that's 10% of your grade. So not doing that alone and skipping over it and going to all this stuff and then you get to week 4 and you realize, oh man, I didn't do my course essentials. That'll hurt you. I know a lot of our dates and stuff are offset due to the fact that we had Thanksgiving when we took this class. So you might not have as much time as I have right now to do your course essentials. Looks like they gave us 3 weeks, but you guys might have 2 weeks or just that first week to do it. So I highly advise as soon as you get to class, knock the course essentials out first, then go take a look at everything else because that's, as you see right here, that's 12% of your grade. And then when you get into this week, this is another 13% right here and 10% right here. 2% for that. So that's 12% of my grade that I got 100 on. And then a 90 on that, which brought me down to a 95 just by missing 10 points on here because that's 1% higher than these other two. So it can hurt you. It can hurt you a lot. I highly advise you guys heed the warnings I give you and take whatever I'm showing you guys and really grasp what it is the school's offering because it's the difference between a good grade and a bad grade. And if you're like me and you're shooting for the highest honors you can get out of this school, just slacking off one time can cost you. And then you could lose all that morale you have. So take that from me. Take all my advice and a look into my personal life and my time at school and hopefully it helps you guys. As always, I'll see you guys in about 5 days with another video. And this was Army 2 Willis. Catch you next time.